Back then, when we were still young, there lived a woman called Ndala from Busoga. She got married to a man called Mpugu, who already had a wife named Kibira. During those times, polygamy was at its highest peak. Ndala had no child from Mpugu, but his first wife had 2 sons. Years passed by, and Ndala couldn't get pregnant. Her co-wife Kibira always looked for ways to accuse her of not having a child. She would call her all sorts of names, such as barren, evil witch that ate her own unborn babies. These words cut through the heart of Ndala, who believed that the gods had turned their backs on her. To make matters worse, even her husband Mpumugu never questioned Kibira's actions, thus making Ndala feel lonely and uncared for, yet she was so loyal to her husband. One morning, Ndala moved into the forest to harm herself. Her constant accusations had become unbearable to the extent that she felt no longer worthy of living. She sat on a rock in the forest and began to sing a very sad song. She caught sight of an old man in the forest approaching towards her. The man was very old but had a gentle voice. The old man asked her why she was singing with so much emotion. Ndala could not bring herself to narrate the dreadful things that happened to her to the old man. He looked at her and stretched his hands towards her, saying, "Take these seeds and all your troubles would go away," said the old man. Out of desperation, Ndala took the weird-looking seeds from the old man's hands and ate them. She was so desperate to make her problems go away that she did not bother to ask the old man what the seeds would do or how they would make her problems disappear. Ndala noticed that she felt a lot better and eventually decided not to harm herself any longer. She thanked the old man and decided to get back home because she was so hungry and had not eaten the entire day. On reaching home, Ndala decided to prepare food to eat when her co-wife approached her and began to create more trouble, as she always did. Kibira said countless horrible things to Ndala, and this broke Ndala's heart as she began to cry and wished that Kibira would stop talking forever. The next thing that happened shocked Ndala as Kibira became mute instantly. Her speaking ceased, and the more she struggled to speak, the harder it was for her to say a word. Ndala was in complete shock, and she did not understand how this happened. She then remembered the old man in the forest who gave her the seeds to eat that promised to take her problems away. The seeds that were given to her could have granted the desires of her heart, and Ndala was unaware of this when she wished Kibira would be mute forever. Ndala tried all she could to reverse what she had done to Kibira, but it did not work. She quickly rushed back to the forest the next morning to look for the old man, but could not find him. This troubled her as she was now aware of how to reverse the effect of what she believed she had done. Their husband heard of what happened and decided to visit the village shrine and told the gods what to do about Kibira. The spiritual man then told Mpugu that Kibira brought the calamity upon herself. With this happening in Mpugu's house, many women took lessons from it and changed their behaviors towards the so-called co-wives.